Before I begin the video, I'd like to thank these lovely top tier Patreons for financially supporting my channel, Boovie Christian and Hot Dark Coca 189. Your support is extremely generous. Now on to the video. Hey, isn't this game out right now? I really had to take a step back for this one, as this game left me filled with so many emotions and feelings that I can't really express into words, and even after expressing them into words, this video will absolutely be a convoluted mess, but that's just what you get here. Take me back to a time when Sonic Generations was first released, a celebration of Sonic's history, the return of the boost formula found in Sonic Unleashed and refined in Sonic Colors, now pretty much perfected in Sonic Generations, alongside his classic counterpart. I can't really say much other than overpowered spin dash. It was glorious. Great reviews, great reception, at least that's what I've been told. I wasn't conscious enough to remember the quote-unquote dark times of Sonic. But what happened after Sonic Generations? Sonic Generations 2? DLC levels? Well, we got DLC, just not what we were expecting. We got Lost World. Okay, it can't possibly get worse. Sonic Boom. Okay, that is pretty, at least the show is good. I mean, there has to be something good. Forces. Okay, I have a weird relationship with this game, but I mean, yeah, it's not great. The worst possible remaster of Sonic Colors in the form of Sonic Colors Ultimate. Okay, yeah, things are looking really bad. And sure, there were some good things like Sonic Mania, but let's be honest, that was not enough at all. However, the movies happened, and it absolutely helped Sonic in regaining his popularity. Well, after some public backlash. We didn't have a good Sonic game to call our own. All of them were but a distant memory. It wasn't until we finally got the reveal of Sonic Sonic Zap. This was going to be a huge step for Sonic Team. They were finally taking risk again. Sort of. An open world Sonic game. Oh, wait, this isn't Sonic Frontiers. With an incredible story. Blood thinks she's Dark Gaia. And when it finally released, it was really goddamn good. It was janky, sure, but a lot of it was fun, and as a diehard Boost fan, I couldn't help but have a smile across my face whenever I played this game. It could be a bit frustrating at times, but overall it was a pretty great experience, and one that I hold near and dear to my heart. Also, we can't forget about the content updates. Even though they were kind of mid in the grand scheme of things, the only thing that I could think of on the top of my head that were pretty good were the jukebox mode, the photo mode, the spin dash, and the Final Horizons boss. God, Kellen Quinn, you're breathtaking. Sonic was back, baby, and it was only gonna get better. Sonic Superstars. I actually like this game. It's not terrible, but I'm still a Sonic Rush diehard. Sonic Dream Team. I will never be able to experience this because I'm a dirty Android user. Sonic Movie 2. God, I love this movie so much. I even have a Sonic poster in my room. Sonic Prime.
I just love Latina's Sonic.
Season 3 sucked, but the show wasn't terrible. It just dragged on way too long. Sonic Movie 3 is shaping up to be the greatest video game movie of all time. And now, sitting with a Metacritic score of 80, with overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, this game surpasses all expectations that it set out to accomplish. Hello my friends, and today I want to talk about Sonic X Shadow Generations and how this game gives me hope for the franchise. As you know, I've made quite a handful of videos about Sonic, and to that I say, well, nothing. I still stand by my opinions. I still stand by the opinion that Sonic Movie 3 should be the last one, despite it being confirmed that more movies are being made. I still think they could have added more content to Sonic Generations instead of removing content and making it worse. OG cutscenes were better, honestly. Modders, you know what to do. And I still stand by my opinion that I'm not interested in getting Sonic X Shadow Generations. I'm just not willing to spend that much on a game I already own, and a game that I'm not really interested in playing. I'd much rather wait for Frontiers 2, or for the game to go on sale at a more reasonable price. Also, I am Canadian, there's a thing called a pricing difference. To me, Shadow Generations is kinda like Spider-Man Miles Morales or Subnautica Below Zero, but better. This isn't Sonic Frontiers 2, but let me tell you, when that game finally comes out, I have no doubt that it could be my favorite Sonic game of all time. Now, if this wasn't made clear, this will be a spoiler analysis, and while I haven't played the game myself, okay, I know that sounds bad. How can you make an analysis of a game when you haven't even played it for yourself? Yes, I know that watching a game and playing it for yourself is two different things, but it doesn't take having to feel this game to realize what you're staring at is pretty freaking incredible. But let's be real, you're not coming here for a rinse and repeat review of some Sonic tuber glazing the gameplay. I don't need to contribute to that. You're here because I'm different. And if you want more silly odd content like this, like and subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Either way, I'm not really here to talk about the gameplay. Shocking, I know. I want to talk about what this game represents, but I might as well look at the gameplay from a glance. This game is crazy. I watched a buck ton of gameplay footage and all the cutscenes thanks to the people who put together full-length movies, and also Sam for showing off his reaction.
Holy shit, the balls are bigger!
Good lord, does this game look so much better than Frontiers was. Correction, it looks better than any Sonic game that has come before it, except Unleashed. That's just a high bar. So why would I want to talk about why this game gives me hope for the franchise despite still not playing the game? And that's one word.
Presentation!
I may not be able to judge the game based on control alone, but from what I've been hearing, 2D is actually good, the controls feel tight, the cutscenes are so well done, screw you Frontier cutscenes, the open zone is... well, to me, it looks pretty bad, but people are saying it's pretty good. The Duomorph is controversial because of skill issue, apparently. Sunset Height is the best level in the game, I don't want to hear it. And the overall story is just something that I really want to gush about. The story takes place after the events of Dark Beginnings, to which I just have to say what everyone has been saying. This opening is phenomenal. Does it top other animated prologues that we've got? Yes. There is so much emotion and soul into these animations. The fight scenes go insanely hard. I think they took a page out of the Sonic movies for this one. But the more slow and somber moments really tug at your heartstrings. Shadow's story is just tragic. A hedgehog carrying the weight of losing his pretty much sister and trying his best to carry out her wish. And through Dark Beginnings prologue, we get to see how it affects him, what's going through his head. Growing up, I never knew much about Shadow other than him being an edgelord, but seeing the story and the connection Shadow Maria hold really brought me to tears, and not because the production is mid. After the event of Dark Beginning, we finally get the opening scene of Shadow Generations. God, this game looks so good! But I bet many YouTubers have already given a story recap, so here's an inaccurate retelling of the story to keep your interest up. Shadow arrives on the Ark because he heard there were a bunch of Latinas gathering there, but no, it was actually Starro that was triggering Shadow's lust for Latinas. Upon finding a severed hand, Yoshikage Kira spawns out of nowhere and uses bites the dust to travel back in time. Upon entering a white void where I wish my brain could be like that, the voices grow louder every day, we learn that we're dealing with time anomalies, so what do we do about it? Run through past levels, I guess, while also attaining corrupted wisp powers. You got throwy darts, dragon wings, inkling, pent up anger, and probably one more that I'm forgetting, I don't know. Oh, and Papa and Sister are here. I sure hope nothing bad happens to them. Rail Canyon. From the screen to Sunset Heights with level design. Shadow, oh my god, calm down. Kingdom Come. Why is this even a level? Starro really likes Radical Highway, doesn't he?
Without Black Doom's influence, the time anomaly is beginning to heal. We are returning to our own point in time.
I'll stop Rouge. Use Chaos Control. Stop this moment in time.
Shadow? No. I don't want to be frozen in one place in time. Besides, your friends need your help.
But you don't know what's going to happen.
And if fate draws us apart, I will always be in your heart.
Maria.
I don't want to make a joke about this. And yeah, that's pretty much the story recap done. All jokes aside, this story was nothing short of incredible and was definitely better than Frontiers. Really, this game is just nothing short of incredible. I'm really surprised and impressed by what they were able to pull off here. It truly does give me hope that the next Sonic game will blow away all expectations. But that's the thing right there. We are at the same point in time when Sonic Generations came out, and then they pulled The Lost World. Do I think that's going to happen again this time around? No, not really. I think we're in a much better place than we ever were before, and I know that Sega is smart enough to not make those drastic decisions again. I have faith they won't pull a 180 and do something crazy. I truly think this is one of the best times to be a Sonic fan, and I couldn't be happier to say that. The real reason why this game gives me hope despite playing the game is because of the impact it's had on the community. So many positive reviews and glowing reception all across the board. I've never seen a community more united, and sure, I might be an outlier by saying I'm not exactly a fan of the game. That doesn't mean I don't respect what it's doing. It's definitely putting us in a much better place than Lost World and Boom ever did. I think that's the biggest takeaway from this video here. This game is going to have an incredible legacy decades from now, and is going to be the building blocks to build the next future of Sonic games. I guess Kishimoto wasn't kidding when he said that Sonic Frontiers was gonna lay the foundation for the next generation of Sonic games. Because if this is the kind of content we're getting, boy am I strapped in. And lastly, before I wrap things up, I want to address something for all the people who are still watching up to this point. Please subscribble, the bills are that high. Just because I don't want to buy/play this game right now, it doesn't mean that I hate the game. I don't know how many times I have to emphasize that. I have been extremely vocal about supporting people who want to play this game, but Sonic fans who can't handle anything negative assume I want this game to fail. I don't. And can we please drop the argument that if you don't support XYZ, you're not a real fan? It's more brain dead than the skill issue argument. A friend of mine said it best: to be a true fan of something is to acknowledge a media's flaws, but still love what it has to offer. I don't have to glaze everything about Sonic. What? You don't like Sonic Boom? Are you even a real Sonic fan? Like, shut up. It's so ignorant and baffling to say that when Sonic has one of the most diverse communities out there. What if I'm just a die-hard classic Sonic fan? I would technically have my dream games right now with Sonic Mania and Superstars, I think. You get my point. Or for me, Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Generations are already my dream Sonic games, with Frontiers fulfilling that even more so. Truth be told, anybody who questions if I'm a Sonic fan, or just says that to anybody, feels like they're trying to prove they're more of a supporter/fan, when really, who gives a crap if you own 50 collector's items or have every issue of the IDW comics? I can say this because not only have I built a following in the past month with these Sonic videos, but because I also have a comic series that my community loves. Some more than others, and that's okay. So whether you have a single poster in your room, own one of the games, dedicate your entire existence to it, whether you love Sonic's world and his friends and are passionate about the series enough to download fan games or listen to the official soundtrack because you just can't get enough of the things you love, you're a fan. It's okay to not agree and like some of the new things. As long as you're still passionate about the blue blur, then what's stopping you from saying you're not a fan? So I don't want to hear the "are you even a real Sonic fan" argument anymore. It's pathetic. Sonic X Shadow Generations looks like a phenomenal game. Everyone is saying that the game is peak, and I also acknowledge that the game is peak. If you can afford to get it, then get it. I have my reasons why I won't get it. I'm not really interested in Shadow in general, and because I'm more of a Blaze/Sonic fan, and the new Sonic Generations offers me nothing new of value. I already have a lot of Sonic games in my backlog that I can play with other games in my library that I haven't gotten around to. Lastly, yeah, I'm broke. But that's really all I have to say about this game until I play it for myself. I hope you enjoyed my little analysis of the game, and I can only hope that this game launches us into a brighter future for Sonic. If you made it to the end of the video, like and subscribe for more content and yap sessions like these. While you're at it, if you want to join my free Patreon and Discord server, you're more than welcome to. Lastly, if you thought this video was interesting, perhaps you'll enjoy my last video where I talk about the hidden symbolism for Sonic X Shadow Generations. Stay safe, stay wholesome, and don't forget to always be creative.